Hello everyone, so today we're going to be looking at my SLG collection, both designer and contemporary, because why not? So if that's something you want to see, stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Caleb, and on here you're going to find a lot of things like luxury shopping, reveals, reviews, unboxings, luxury travel, daily vlogs, pretty much anything that has to do with life and style, you're going to find right here on this channel. So, you know what to do. Before we go any further, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, give this video a thumbs up, and say hi to me down in the comments. I love chatting with you guys, seeing what you're buying, what you're doing, your summer plans, so let's have that conversation down below. Now, if you don't already follow me over on Instagram, caleb.snell.designer, then you would have missed out on the fact that I carried my Gucci Marmont bag all weekend. I switched into this bag. I absolutely loved it. This bag is amazing. It got me thinking. I love multiples. Do I need a Marmont in another color? Maybe. Let me know down in the comments which color you think I should get. However, today we're doing small leather goods. So since I've been carrying this blue beauty, we need to get some SLGs out. Whoop. And line them up according to brand or design house. So that way we can discuss SLGs today. It's a great bag. All right, you guys, SLGs they're very polarizing. So people either love them, they think they're necessary, like yes, absolutely. You have to have a Balenciaga wallet to go inside your Balenciaga bag. You have to have a Louis Vuitton wallet to go in your LV bag. Some people say you don't. Some people just say, go to the department store, pick up whatever you want, name brand, not name brand, get a Coach wallet. It is what it is. There's no wrong or right way to use SLGs in your handbags. So do you, don't let this influence you. I just have a major collecting problem, as we all know at this point. Anyway, so when I first got into SLGs, I had one set. So I had a Coach wallet card holder that we'll see here in a minute, a matching wristlet, well, I think it was signature stripe. If you haven't already watched it, go and check out my bags I've lost and why. A lot of this is covered in that. So a lot of my early collecting habits, how I got started, that's all in there, so check it out. I'm gonna link it down below for you guys. Originally, I just had, whether it was a Louis Vuitton bag, Michael Kors bag, Coach bag, I pretty much had the same SLGs inside for each one when I got started. Now then that quickly evolved into each bag got its own set, yada yada. Anyway, I love SLGs and I think they're fun to collect, especially if you can find them at a good deal. Would I go into a store and buy one brand new? I mean, I have in the past and recently. Is it something I do a lot? No, not really. I prefer to buy them pre-owned because the markup on a wallet is so incredibly high these days. Some cases, $700, $800, $1,000. That's almost a bag at this point. So if I'm gonna spend that much money, I'm gonna go a little bit higher and just buy a full bag rather than, waste all that money on us. Well, not waste my money because we're not judgmental around here, but spend my money on brand new SLGs. So the majority of what you're gonna see today was either bought pre-owned, bought a long time ago, gifted. There are a couple new pieces though, which we'll cover here in a minute. Okay, let's get into it. So much like my designer bag collection, all 43 bags, link down below for that one. If you missed it, check it out, it's a good one. We're gonna go in alphabetical order because A, that helps me make sure I'm not missing anything, keeping, in track with everything. So in my collection, we all know where we start on the alphabet, that is B for Balenciaga. Now, when I first got into Balenciaga, I fell head over heels. It's a story I've told 1,000 times, so literally anything in my Balenciaga playlist probably has a story, so I'm not gonna bore you again. However, I think I found the most perfect wallet. Well, I like my LV wallet too. We'll get to that in a minute. The most perfect example of a wallet from Balenciaga, in my humble opinion, is the Compagnon wallet. So this wallet, it features all of the traditional design cues. You have the little straps and the buckles and the rivets and all that going on the front. A zipper pocket, albeit rather pointless. I mean, there's really not a whole lot you could fit into that thing. But the interior of the wallet, this is where it blows my mind. So it zips, obviously. However, I hate continental wallets. I prefer yin style bifold wallets where you have all your cards on one side, bill slots on both sides, and then a zippered pocket on the other for change, small ends, and things like that. Now this color is anthracite. This color ran nearly every single season that Balenciaga made the Moto style bags, so it's hard to date this one. However, we can narrow it down and say late 2000s, early 2010s just because of the giant 12 silver hardware here on the front, but I absolutely love this wallet. So much so, you all know me, I had to buy it in multiples. After I bought a grayish blackish one, I had to have brown, of course, to go with the carbon brief. Now this one, same wallet, Compagnon, it's just got the regular hardware. So with the regular hardware, rather than the big chunky zipper pulls, you just get the tassels on the city bags and whatnot. This wallet, absolutely love it, but since it's brown, I typically go for this one with my other bags. This one I usually only carry with either an LV bag or the brief in carbon. And then I also, of course, had to have a fun colored one. So I was able to track down, the 2009 Spring Summer Maldives with the giant silver hardware. I love this one. This one looks really good with my Raisin City bag, the marine blue work bag, pretty much any of my brightly colored bag, the Rose Bonbon. This is a killer with the Rose Bonbon. Pretty much anything in my collection that is brightly colored, I go with the Maldives. If it's brown, obviously the brown, and then anything else gets the anthracite. It's the perfect wallet. I love it. If you can find one, pick one up. These are incredibly hard to find, especially in good condition at a good price point. But when they do come up, unless I'm buying it, you know, don't give me competition, please, but pick this up. I love this wallet. So sticking in the realm of Balenciaga, I mean, you didn't think I was going to stop at only 3 Balenciaga wallets, did you? No. Zane bought me this cute little card holder, zippy coin purse number. Again, regular hardware. I think this is just in a black, so again, dating this is going to be incredibly difficult because again, much like anthracite, black popped up quite a few times throughout the color years. And it just has everything neatly organized in there in an accordion style. I think personally right now I have like 12 cards in here between like my ID, insurance cards, credit cards. Fits them all, and then I have room for cash here in the center if I ever carry cash. This wallet I love using with any of my Balenciagas, of course. Smaller bags like the Marmont. This fits in there nicely when I want to fit in other things like sunglasses, big things like that. I love this card holder, and again, it was a very special birthday gift from Zane for my 33rd birthday, so thank you, Zane. And last but not least, portemonnaie. So the portemonnaie I have in sky blue, regular sized hardware, of course, so we have the tassels. This I pretty much just use to store my headphones in. That way they're not all, you know, wrapped up and knotted around other stuff. You can fit other things in there. Again, with this style, you do still have the zipper detail on front, but unlike the wallets, I think this is, yeah, not a real, can't really get anything in there. Maybe a toothpick if you needed one. Now, I love this piece so much so that I bought a very rough version. I think I got this on eBay, if I'm not mistaken. It came with the box, which is kind of cool. This piece is incredibly rough, a little more so than the seller let on. You all know how that goes. However, I'm going to try and use this one to show you guys how to like condition and moisturize Balenciaga leather. So when I do my leather care guide, this is what we're going to be practicing on, and hopefully I can bring it back to life. It's kind of gross right now. I really don't like touching it a whole lot, so maybe one of these days we'll get it back up to where it should be and I can start using it again. That concludes Balenciaga. Next on to Coach. As you all know, I got my start for luxury goods, my appreciation, my love for, well, I mean, I've always wanted a Birkin or an LV bag, but when I was a little college boy and couldn't afford much, I started out with Coach, especially Coach Made for Factory. I think everything I'm going to show you today is actually MFF, Made for Factory. That's just what I collected back then. So when I lived with Zane and his family right after high school, I think we were like 20, 30 minutes away from a Coach outlet up north. We had Coach stores in every mall in our hometown, and eventually I ended up working at the Coach store in our hometown, which subsequently closed not long after it opened. That's another story. Anyway, so I love, love, love Coach. So this is actually one of the few original pieces from my first collection that I have. I've had this, gosh, since 2006. It's survived 2 apartment fires, complete losses. It just happened to be in the coat that I grabbed when I was running out, but I absolutely love this. So this was technically marketed as a picture frame. So you could like slide in like a wallet-sized photo and keep this in your bag and like, oh, look at my grandson. I don't have a grandson, but I do have credit cards. So I use this as a wallet and I absolutely love this piece. Unfortunately, it has been washed. The one time he didn't check my pockets.
It's fine.
Watch your mouth. Do not argue with me on camera. Anyway, I do still use it occasionally. It's a very special piece. He's laughing. We're not having a fight. Don't worry. We're not gonna split up. No drama here. Anyway, it's a beautiful piece. I love it. It's the mini signature. This is what I started collecting with Coach, was mini signature pieces from the outlet. I still have a ton in my collection because, I mean, why not? I love this piece. It's not going anywhere. So this is, again, like I said, mini signature, trimmed in the traditional mahogany leather, which was very synonymous. It was either back then mahogany leather or vachetta leather. I'd love to find some more vachetta pieces. However, I do have some of the teal pieces. So this is, again, the same thing as the other thing. It's just like a little card holder slash, well, look at my grandson kind of thing. Now, Zane did buy this for me as a surprise gift way back in the day. The story is in my bags I lost and why. Lost this obviously in the first fire when we lost everything. So I recently tracked down the bag that he got me, the mini signature clutch, and I was like, well, I have to have the matching wallet again. Well, not the matching wallet, but the wallet he got me to go with the bag. So I tracked this down on eBay. These you can typically find typically $5. A lot of the older signature stuff from especially Made for Factory goes for either really inexpensive or 3 times what it was when it was originally in the factory 12 years ago. It's a hit or miss. You have to really search. There's a few other styles that I lost back in the day that I'm hunting down, and they went like $58 for a 12-year-old wallet that was, I think, 25 bucks back in the day. Inflation, love it. Anyway, track this down, and this is a passport holder. So low-key, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know if Zane's mom gave this to me, if I stole it from her, if I'm borrowing it. Laura, if you're watching this, let me know. I'll give it back if it's not rightfully mine. Again, this is just in that signature, mini signature outside teal lining. It's a vibe, we're here for it. I absolutely love it, but I don't know why I have it. So Laura, if you want it back, let me know. I'll gladly bring this home. Sticking in the realm of mini signature and probably made for factory is the mini skinny. You guys, it would be a complete farce if I told you I was not mini skinny obsessed back in the day. Much like Mel has her Rodeo charms from Hermès, which is, albeit much more glamorous than Coach made for factory mini skinnies, this was my jam. Easily through the years, I've had at least 20, 25, 30. I love these things. This is the only one I have left now because again, they either burned or I sold them. I know, shame on me. The mini signature is super cute, lined in the mahogany leather. You have a card slot back in the back. You could throw your coins or your keys inside. And of course it does have the attached key ring holder. And I kind of got this so that way it would vibe with my old card holder. So kind of a cute combo. And last but not least, so recently I went on a Coach ski bag kick. If you missed those videos, check them out. And the one I took you guys back in time to like 2004, we went on the website, ordered a bag. It was a vibe. It was a very silly video, but link down below. I bought this to go with those bags. So this is the large signature, just the plain signature with the vachetta leather. Exterior and the entire lining is done in vachetta. I think it is slightly treated just because it doesn't show as much like water spots and things on there. Again, I mean, vachetta is a vibe. It is lined in the classic vermilion lining that came with all the signature pieces way back when they were first premiered. But anyway, so that is my Coach collection. I absolutely love Coach. Like I said, there's a few pieces that I'm going back through and hunting down that I used to have or didn't have back in the day. If you want to have like a Coach collection video, let me know down in the comments because that is something I could do for you. I've added some new pieces recently, so let me know. Now, next up is the House of Gucci. So when it comes to Gucci, I only have 3. Whoa. Good at math. 3 lonely SLGs, so this is going to be a quick house to get through. However, they're very special pieces. Each one has a special memory, a special, moment in time where I either bought them or received them, so let's dive in. The very first piece, this is a 70s key holder. Zane got this for me for our 5th anniversary to go with the Gucci portfolio clutch number. I still have the original cardboard over the hardware. Now this piece, I will admit, I do not use because it's charming, it's vintage, and I'm afraid of messing it up or losing it. So this just pretty much stays in my closet. I absolutely love the piece though. It's in the traditional Gucci Supreme coated canvas in the blue. I think when it comes to Gucci canvas, I prefer the blue over the brown, but I have more brown than I have blue. It's a thing. Maybe I need one of the new Ophidia bags that just came out. Anyway, beside the point. Very vintage, very old. I don't use it. I love it. Thank you, Zane. Next up in my collection with Gucci is my Gucci Ophidia card holder. And you're like, Caleb, that's, everyone has one of those. It's not that great. Listen, so I actually picked this up on one of our little date nights when we were in Venice. I think it was raining that night. I remember we had our umbrellas. It rained a lot when we were in Venice, which was kind of cool. It added to the ambiance. Did it rain that night? I don't remember. However, we just had a beautiful dinner out. I had quattro formaggi, which was absolutely amazing. And we ended up at Gucci, as one does when you're strolling around Venice. And they were so sweet. I think we had the store to ourselves. Maybe there was like 1 or 2 other people. We had the store to ourselves.
I think I got one other customer.
Okay. Well, we were pretty much alone. Zane was looking at some shoes, which he of course bought. They brought us out champagne. I wandered upstairs to look at the ready-to-wear and some of the bags and wallets. And I think Ophidia, this was back in 2018. So this was like very early Alessandro Michele, so it was all still fresh and new. I just wanted something to kind of remember our date night in Venice. So I bought this. And it's super cute. Again, I wear this with a lot of like my smaller clutches, like that Louis Vuitton étoile clutch that I showed in a vlog a few weeks ago. I absolutely love this wallet. It's super cute. It holds just enough cards. You can get 2 in on the back, 2 in on the front, and then probably about 2 or 3 here in the middle up at the top. It's still pretty tight because I don't reach for it very often. Again, I'm trying to like preserve it, I guess. I love it from Venice. Next up, This piece is quite exciting. This is the hourglass wallet from the Gucci Hacker Project. This was a very interesting night. We took the train into the city from out here in the suburbs, and I was trying to track down the shoulder bag, which I mean, I obviously got. You've seen it 1,000 times, we all know. But I needed a wallet to go with it. Or I hadn't tracked down the bag yet. I just wanted something from the collection, and this happened to be one of the last pieces that they had at the store, the Gucci boutique. Now, these kind of wallets where you have like the zipper compartment, even though I have a few in my collection, aren't my favorite, just because, I mean, they're very busy. You have card slot here, card slot here, card slots here, zipper compartment in the center. They're very useful. I like them, but they aren't my go-to when I'm buying something. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I got the Hacker piece from the Gucci side, the Hacker piece from the Balenciaga side, so I'm happy. Mind you, that night we were in the city. We had to take the train back because I think we both worked the next day or something, or at least I did. We were running late for the train, as one does when you're out shopping. And we're running down State Street. For some reason, Gucci gave me like the world's most massive shopping bag just to put this wallet in, and it's blowing around in the wind because, I mean, it's the Windy City. Hello, it's like November, December. I don't remember when this came out. It's absolutely crazy out. You have all the people out Christmas shopping. It was Christmas time. So we're running down State Street at like 7, 8 o'clock at night in the wind. I'm trying to like keep my Gucci bag down. So poor Zane's like way ahead of me because, hello, I don't run unless it's for a sale. I had to like dodge like this group of people. Well, meanwhile, there's a homeless gentleman here off to my left in front of the building. He thought I was rushing up on him. My mistake. I shouldn't have run, in that direction. And he elbow checked me right in the neck. So it's got kind of a fun story to it. We caught our train, we got home on time, and yeah, the hourglass wallet from Gucci. Who knew? All right, so next up we have one of the most prevalent design house in my SLG collection, Louis Vuitton. So when it comes to LV, I have 2 sets of SLGs I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you stuff from my original collection, stuff from my new current collection, if you will. So the oldest piece in my collection is going to be this Epi leather. I think it's a note card holder because it has these corner things in the back, and I think it was meant to hold stationary paper. You can jot down a note or something. I've used it as a card holder. This holds a lot of cards here in the front. They don't really slide out, so that's what I've used it for in the past. Have I used this in about 7 or 8 years? No, not really. I'm not gonna lie. It did survive our last apartment fire, so I'm keeping it for that reason. Anyway, this is Epi leather in Kenyan fawn. I believe this is going to be mid to late 80s if I'm not mistaken. It's just a fun piece. I used to go crazy over the Epi leather. It's so beautifully textured. It's durable. The colors were fun. You can generally get them at a really good deal, which we're going to talk about in my upcoming buying vintage LV video that's coming out here in a week or 2. I love this stuff. So I, again, don't really know what it is. I know it's Kenyan fawn. I know it's old. I don't use it, but it's mine. So there you go. Now this next piece, this was purchased by me probably about 10 years ago. So this was back in the day when buying an SLG full price at LV was an accomplishment. Like I said, we didn't have a whole lot of money back in the day. So saving up, going into the store and buying something meant something special to me. So this is the monogram 4-key holder. And as you can tell, it's shot. I had my initials done on the inside. However, when our last apartment burned, this was on the entry table, which got knocked over. And then this sat in like a puddle of water. I lost the key to I hated this car, the Chevy Equinox, and then I had to have some guy come out and like reprogram a new key in the parking lot just so I could move the car. It was an ordeal. This piece, it's unusable, but it holds a lot of memories for me. Like I said, I used this for years, and it technically, it looks like crap, but it did survive a fire, so I'm gonna keep it for that reason. Last but not least, in the original collection is the luggage tag holder. These are quite hard to come by these days. When I bought them, you could walk into an LV, buy one of these, get it monogrammed, throw it on your Speedy, and you had a vibe. It was a thing. Nowadays, from what I hear, because I haven't tried to buy one in a long time, they make it pretty difficult. Apparently, you have to either have already purchased an LV item that came with one originally in order to buy a new one, or a replacement, if you will. You can't just like walk in and buy a luggage tag these days, which is so stupid. LV, just sell the darn thing, make the money. You know what I mean? Come on, you make enough money anyway. Make a little more. Anyway, so I bought this to go with my Speedy 40 that I sold a long time ago, and I just had my initials done in the large gold foil because hello, classic. It's a vibe. I'm here for it. Obviously, I'm not selling it because the initials make it virtually worthless to anyone else unless your name is CS, and you can't buy them anymore. And if I buy another Speedy 40, I'll want a luggage tag, right? So next up in my most recent acquisitions, we have my Taiga wallets. This is in the Apicia green. I have a kind of a card holder that's very similar to the Coach ones I showed you guys a little bit ago. And I also have, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me right now, but it's very similar to the updated Brazza wallet style, where you have just the cards on one side, bill slots on the other. I had my initials blind stamped because the SA at my old Louis Vuitton didn't think that the gold foil would stick, even though there's been gold foil in the Louis Vuitton stamp for 20 years underneath, but who am I to argue? So I got my initials blind stamped. It's a vibe, we're here for it. I love this wallet. However, as you all know, it is lined in that Vuittonite lining, which just gets sticky. So if I don't use this for a long time, the pockets get really gross, which is such a bummer. So I usually keep like my old like Metro cards in there just so that way I have like something dividing the sticky pocket. Does anyone else do that? I don't know. Love this wallet though. I use this with a lot of my, again, thinner bags, smaller bags, and whatnot. Next up, keeping in the realm of perfect wallets, is the Louis Vuitton monogram Brazza wallet. I decided to treat myself when we were out birthday shopping for Zane's birthday a few years ago. Sorry. And I picked this up. So again, this is my absolute favorite style of wallet. This one I think has like 16 card holders in total, if not more, 16. I like to keep my ID down here at the bottom. You have 2 bill slots here on the side, 3 more bill slots on this side, and a zipper pocket for like coins, etc. I did have my initials heat stamped. This time they didn't argue with me. The gold foil would stick. However, and I didn't say anything at the time because this was like the last one they had in store and I was like, whatever. They used 2 different sizes of dots for my initials, which I think only I'm ever going to notice that, but it does drive me crazy from time to time when I look at it though, but it's mine, it's unique. Yeah, Brazza. This next wallet is everyone's favorite whenever I get my collection out. Again, it's not my style of wallet that I tend to gravitate towards, but I mean the color. The color is everything, and that's the fuchsia coin and card holder. Everyone goes wild for this one. I got the last one globally when I purchased it, a couple years ago in Indianapolis, Indiana, of all places, which is the most random place I think to find the last piece of anything LV. I got it. Again, you're going to have 1 slot here in the front, 4 slots here on the back, and then a zippered portion here in the middle. Now, I love using this piece with my multicolor pieces, like this wallet, the pink, hello, with the multicolor. It's a vibe. We're here for it. As much as this wallet's not my style, I love all the fun colors that you can get in it, and there might be more in my future. I mean, let's just admit, okay? Now, the final piece in my LV collection is the Posh Toilette 15. I'm going to tell you the story one more time because that's what we do around here. We love to hear stories. We walked up to the Oakbrook Center Mall, LV, and I was like, he's going to say no, but I'm going to ask, do you have this? Because with my larger bags, I like to organize like my small stuff, and I'll show you what I keep in here in a minute. It's not a lot, even not enough to justify paying this much. But anyway, he begrudgingly said yes. We have 1 left. It was like right after Christmas, so someone must have returned their Christmas gift, I'm guessing. Dumb mistake. Anyway, I bought it. At first I was like, kind of hesitating, like, do I just buy it and then sell it for a profit? Because these at the time were like $4.55, which is way too much. I paid $150 for this way back in the day. And then I think if you sold it, you could like double your money, which, I mean, I probably should have sold it, but what can you do? Anyway, so this piece is really cute. I'm kind of toying with getting my initials done underneath the tab here, but then that it's going to completely tank resale. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but we all know I don't sell anything, so I might as well just do it. Beside the point, that's not what we're talking about. Posh Toilette 15. So this thing, super cute. It's just lined in that horrible Vuittonite lining. Hopefully they've changed it and it's not going to melt again. In here, the vaccine card, Shiseido blotting papers, and the limited edition Chanel lip balm. That's it. That's all I keep in there. Just because you never know, you could be at a restaurant, you could be at an event where, you need your card, so you should always have that with you. Shiseido blotting papers, I'm a greasy kind of guy, and lip balm. Anyway, the perfect little pouch. If you can get your hands on one, I highly recommend it, but there's also a really cute one from Gucci. That was gonna be my backup. If they didn't have this, I was just gonna walk across the hallway in the mall to Gucci and buy the Ophidia version, but I lucked out. I might still buy the Ophidia version anyway, because why not? Okay, the last design house in this collection, which if you're still with me, amazing, bonus points to you. This is kind of a rambly video. Prada. I have a Prada card holder. This I got at the outlet. I think it's made for outlet. I'm not gonna trick myself and thinking this was a full price delete. However, I have been using this for like how long would you say I've had it?
5 or 6
5 or 6 years. Like I've had this for a minute, and before I got back into bags, like this was my ride or die wallet. At this point, the pockets are all a little too stretched out to really like hold anything, so it kind of makes me nervous if I'm not throwing this into a bag, which since it's black and just has the silver hardware, I typically use this with the Prada Saffiano clutch rainy day bag that I have. It can hold 6 cards on the outside, one pretty, generous area here in the middle. Quite honestly, you can double or triple up all the cards in the slots at this point because it's so stretched out, but it's a really good little SLG, and I'm sure what I paid at outlet, I've gotten my money's worth at this point. My cost per wear, CPW. Last but not least, for Prada, we have the 6 key holder, also from outlet. I have, oh my gosh, I don't even know where it's at. I have a Prada Saffiano key holder. It's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the hooks kind of like broke off. The leather on the inside got all scratched up and gross from, the way the hooks are. If you have key holders, you know what I'm talking about. But I like to use key holders, especially in my bags, because keys are gonna scratch your SLGs. You're going to prolong the life of your SLGs, especially for those of you that collect like the mini pochettes from LV with like the, what's her name, Vivian painted on the front. Those are gonna chip. So to help kind of preserve everything in my bag, key holders are the way to go. I cannot recommend this enough. If the big takeaway from today's video, if you don't have one of these, go and buy one. This is my message for today. Buy you a key holder. This holds 6 keys. I currently have a mailbox key and our house fob in there. Prada made in Italy, stamped on the inside, lined in the Saffiano leather, very durable. Again, probably made for factory. Do I care? Not really, because I didn't pay that much. It's a vibe, we're here for it. Just for kicks and to show off my new look. If you haven't noticed, we've gotten rid of the beard. We've got a mustache now and sideburns. I'm gonna show you guys my sunglasses. So I bought these way back in the day when I was in college. Probably used student loans, but that's beside the point. Don't do that, kids. I've had these shades for years. These are Versace, and tell me that's not a vibe. You can't. It's a total vibe. Come on. Yeah, I just keep these in my bag. I don't use the Versace case anymore because, again, it survived a fire, so white case, smoke, kind of gross. So I've just been using my Chanel eyeglasses case here, and we're here for it. It's a vibe, but my sunglasses. What did we learn today? Not much. Buy a key holder. Do or don't spend money on SLGs. It's at the end of the day, it's your money. It's up to you. Is this important to you to have, the Gucci bag with the Gucci wallet? Awesome. If not, who cares? Go to the Coach outlet and buy a wallet. At the end of the day, I just love buying this stuff, collecting this stuff. I think when it comes to like collecting handbags, SLGs, luxury goods, it's easy to get stuck in that vein of like just buying to buy, or like, oh, I have to have like the newest, greatest thing. I kind of like to buy it because you're preserving a piece of like fashion history. I mean, as silly as that sounds, at the end of the day, you kind of are. So that's why my Balenciaga collection is so large, because I like to have, different very good examples of all the older bags. Because, one day we're gonna wake up and, all these have been, thrown away or whatever, what have you. So kind of like collecting like butterflies, stamps. Zane collects old video games and old, video game systems. We all have our thing. This just happens to be mine. All right, you guys, I've rambled at you enough. Again, if you've made it to the end of this video, amazing, congratulations. I did film this video and post it about a year ago. Much smaller collection back then. If you want to cringe and have a good laugh, go and check it out. I'm not gonna link it down below. You're gonna have to do the work yourself and find it because it's such an old and cringy video. So if that's something you wanna do, you spend the time and find it. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this was fun for you. I show my bags a lot all the time on this channel. We don't really talk about SLGs, so I kind of wanted to get those out of the closet and let them have some time in the sun. And yeah, that's today's video. All right, you guys, I will see you on Wednesday. Until then, have a great week. Bye-bye.